Hello everyone, this is Kamal from dreaminforce.com. So today we are going to do an integration between ChatGPT and Salesforce using Apex. So the first thing we need for this integration is an API key. To get this API key, we have to go to OpenAI's website, create a new account. And once you are logged in your account, you'll see a tab named API keys on the left side. So once you click, you can create a new secret key. So once you do, you'll see this kind of message. So this is to name your API keys so that you can remember this API key. For example, if I'm using this API key in on my website, then I'll name it something like my website API key. So doing this, we will remember this specific API key. So once you click on create secret key, you will be given this a long string. So make sure that you copy this and create a Salesforce custom label and store it there. So once you do this in Salesforce, the second thing you will need to do is go to the Salesforce and go to the remote site settings. So once you are in the remote site setting, you have to make sure that you add the OpenAI website in it. So if you can see, I have already done that. Okay, so once you add the remote site setting in Salesforce, the next step would be to understand the basics of this API that we are calling. So right now, if you go to the API documentation, you'll see this API reference. Once you click on the API reference, you'll see the endpoints. So on the endpoints, click on chat. So this is the API that we are using. This is the endpoint of this API that we are using. On the right hand side, you'll see the request body that we need to send to this API. Now to explain this request body, I have already copied it from somewhere. Let me show you. So if you can see my screen, this is the request body that we need to send. So right now what I am doing, I'm using the ChatGPT 4 preview model. And these are my messages that I am sending to the ChatGPT. So let's understand the code. First, we are defining the endpoints, the API key. Second thing would be constructing a request body which contains our messages to the model. So if you can see on the left hand side, there are two messages that we want to send. One would be with the role user and the other one would be with the role system. To create this, we created two maps. And once we create these two maps, we are simply combining these two maps into a single list, which will give me the structure. So once I have this structure with me, the next thing I would need to do is provide the model to the request body as well. So what I'm doing is I'm creating another map, passing the messages here and model here. So once I serialize this request body map, it will give me something similar to this request. Okay, so the next part would be the API hit. Once we hit the API, this is the kind of response that we will be receiving from the APIs. And the message that we want to extract from this API response would be the message from the choices. So next code that you are seeing here is to extract the messages from the choices itself. Okay, to run this integration, we will execute this line of code. So let me do that. So once it's done, you can see that in the debug, you'll see all the message the story that got created. So for this whole tutorial, I already created a blog post on my website, dreaminforce.com. I will add the URL of this blog post in the description of this video. If you have any questions or if you need the code for it, you can visit this website and copy it from there. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments and I will be there to help you.